Audio release form. I hereby grant permission to the rights of the sound of my voice as recorded on audio or video without payment or any other consideration for the purposes of presentation in an in-class presentation at the University of Central Oklahoma. I understand that my voice may be edited, copied, and exhibited in class. I waive any right to inspect or approve the finished product wherein my voice is presented. Additionally, I understand this material is to be used in an educational setting with Dr. Hancock's Psychology of Happiness course. By signing this release or verbally agreeing to this statement, I understand this permission signifies that I, Chandra Griffin, completely understand and fully agree for the audio recordings of my voice to be displayed in a class.
All right. How do you define happiness?
I define happiness as anything that brings joy to your life, where you feel accomplished, have some type of satisfaction towards it.
How do you think stress is affecting your happiness?
I feel like my stress is affecting my happiness through the means of interrupting it, if you kind of get what I mean by that.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps me from being able to do what I need to do or put myself ahead that will bring some type of joy to me.
Okay. How are you with time management?
I'm pretty good with time management.
Okay.
So.
What expectations do you give yourself to manage your time?
To make sure I have all my ducks lined up, make sure I follow every procedure I need to do to make sure everything goes accordingly.
Okay. What intense goals influence your action / time management?
I think the intensity really do determine how my goals come out, as long as I'm following them like I'm supposed to. But I gotta make sure I be really strict about it.
Do you think you will be less stressed and happier if given taught proper time management techniques?
Yes, in my opinion, I came from someone who didn't really manage his time. And then with this semester, I learned how to manage my time way better, and it made me just more happier with life.
Okay, that is all. Thank you for your time. How do you define happiness?
Let's see. I define happiness as finding someone's niche in society or in their own life, meaning whatever they feel comfortable with doing, and gives them a chemical release, they're good. That's happiness to me.
Okay. How do you think stress is affecting your happiness?
Oh, stress affects my happiness,
yes.
Personally?
Yes.
Stress affects my happiness because whatever is stressing me out, I'm thinking about that more than I am thinking about making myself feel good and comfortable. So it tenses, it affects my sleep. It affects, me physically. It just affects my mind frame and just kind of like clouds my judgment sometimes. And stress can just put you all left instead of keeping you on the right track.
How are you with time management? What are your expectations? What are your expectations with your time? And what intensity do your goals influence your action / time management?
Okay. I'm going to answer this in pieces because I forgot half the question already.
I can say the first part. How are you with time management?
I am piss poor with time management. For one, I don't write anything down. I don't really, I know what to, like, if somebody plans something, I have a good gist of what goes on the day and time because I can constantly think about it. But as far as like writing it down and keeping a log and stuff like that, I can't do because that adds stress on me. And like that's one way I keep stress free. It's like when it comes around, it comes around. I don't want to know about it. If I forget about it, dang, hopefully it wasn't big. It is what it is. I'll make time for it. Boom. Okay.
What expectations do you give yourself to manage your time?
I don't give myself high expectations to manage my time because I like to live free. That's how I keep myself stress free.
Okay.
Is to live free. When somebody gives me something or wants me to do something and I make the time, okay, cool. I'm not doing nothing around this time. Cool. I got it. I'll do it. Just remind me. And somebody else comes around on the same time. I'm like, I think I got something to do. I don't know. Let me get back to you. Stuff like that. I never really solidify something that I don't really know because I don't really write stuff down.
Okay, so do you think you will be less stressed and happier if given / taught proper time management techniques?
I don't know. It kind of almost. I feel like that doesn't apply, but then again, I feel like it applies to me at the same time because I don't like to know that I'm busy, and if I know that I'm busy, I feel like I'm obligated to do things, and I don't like that feeling. So I think me being taught how to write stuff down and how to log stuff, as far as like my time, I think that'll put more stress on me. Because I've never, over my time, just doing it, putting everything in my head, I've never ran into anything, never double booked myself, none of that. Now I've forgotten a few things, but other than that, it's never been anything major. If it's major, I'm for sure going to remember. So there's that.
Yeah. Lastly, how do you think we can make the University of Central Oklahoma a more happier campus, more of a stress-free campus?
And this is with anything or?
In general, yeah.
A more diverse faculty, for one, for educational purposes. A more diverse faculty for minority students and international students. University of Central Oklahoma may have the most diverse student body, but faculty, yeah, whatever. What else? They can find a way. I know UCO's, by government standpoints, we're landlocked, but having more parking for commuter students and people to live on campus, that alleviates a lot of stress right there. People got to park 5 miles away from the school. That's no, that's no good. What else? You can, even with like since I'm in liberal arts, you can update classrooms. You can update classrooms. Make things not necessarily, you don't have to be state of the art, but using old stuff is kind of, dang, what am I paying all my money for? I'm not living in 1982. What else can make UCO a happier campus? Well, for like student body things, making them more, let's say, appealing to other eyeballs other than the dominant population at the school. Can I be real? Yeah. Okay, cool. So basically, for whatever we call it, SPB, making things more accessible or more appealing to minorities rather than just white folks. Because every year I've been here, everything that we do is, well, not everything, but a lot of the programs or a lot of the events that they put on are straight to white folks, like the music, the musicians that they come, the comedians, and all this other stuff. Yeah, I think they need to go ahead and reach out more, get into other cultures, and open up their eyes. But other than that, that's all I can think of, honestly. But I think those are big things that'll make the campus happier. I know from a minority standpoint, the big one is faculty. So a more diverse faculty. Look at that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
How do you define happiness?
I define, let me think about that for a sec. Say happiness is the feeling of, enjoying what you're doing or where you are, or being content probably is the best way of defining happiness. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are discontent with their lives or the things that they're doing, and so I feel like happiness is just, you know, I don't know, what makes you want to smile, what makes you want to get out of bed in the morning.
That's good. It really is just like your personal opinion on happiness. We're just trying to see like what people say their happiness is from.
Yeah.
Next question. How do you think stress is affecting your happiness?
Well, I get stressed out a lot, so I feel like I could be having a really happy day and then have a bunch of things thrown at me that are stressful, like assignments or projects or work, and, you know, I go from being happy as could be to wanting to cry, and so it can very much affect one's happiness, I feel like.
Totally understand. So that kind of leads to my next question. How are you with time management?
I feel like that's probably my greatest weakness in a lot of areas. I feel like I tend to get things done on time, but I feel like I don't spread things out very well when I have lots of things to do. And my priorities are usually what's due first. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I totally understand. We all understand burning the midnight oil when it
Yeah.
comes to like finals and stuff like that. So what expectations do you give yourself to manage your time? Like, are there things you want to improve on or things that you expect to do that don't happen?
I expect to be able to finish things quicker than I end up being able to finish them. Like, I think that sometimes I unrealistically think about how much time something's going to take me. So I think what I would like to get better at and improve on is my mental gauge of how long things actually take.
Yeah, right. I understand that. With what intensity do your goals influence your actions/time management?
I think that they highly influence my actions and my time management, because I feel like when I have a goal, I tend to work a lot harder on something than if I say, oh, well, this just has to get done sometime this semester, but if I have this needs to be done by this time, or this is a goal that I've set to make a certain grade in this class, or I need to keep up this GPA for my scholarship, those definitely are big motivators.
Yeah. Do you think that you would be less stressed and happier if you were given the proper time management techniques or taught them?
I mean, I think that being taught proper time management techniques would be useful for anyone. I mean, I feel like it's a skill that is hard to master and not one that's taught very often.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like, this whole project has kind of taught me through researching some techniques that, like, I've heard of them, but I've never had someone sit down and be like, this is, this is how you should manage your time. Like, I think that would be a useful class. For
Yes.
sure.
Right.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm almost done. Now I'm just gathering some of your demographic information so that later on, whenever I go through, I can match you with people around your age. So if there's any of the questions I ask you that you don't want to answer, or nothing, it doesn't relate to you, you can just skip. Okay?
Okay.
So what is your gender?
I am female.
How old are you?
21.
What's your occupation?
I'm currently a full-time student at UCO.
And your status in school, like undergraduate, graduate, what class are you in?
Undergraduate, junior level.
And if you were to rate your time management effectiveness on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I'm terrible at time management, I never get anything done, and I usually turn in projects half finished, to 10 being everything is perfect and I finish it with time to spare to go back over it, where would you rate yourself on that scale?
Like a 4 or 5.
Okay. And when it's not related to school, what's your general time management level? So same scale, 1 to 10, but if you're not thinking about school.
Let's see.
Like things you do for fun. Like, oh, I have a scarf I want to make. And
Probably the same, actually. I don't feel like it's any different.
okay. Awesome. That's all of the questions that I currently have for you. But if you have anything else that you want to add, like we're focusing on struggles that students have had, or maybe something that, even though your time management may not be completely effective, something maybe you experienced while you're in school that really made a difference in your life.
Okay.
So do you have any of those stories?
I mean, I think that the things that I've experienced in school that really made a difference is just being willing to communicate, like when I'm stressed out and what's going on, to professors and to people in charge, because they actually can help, and not thinking, not getting stuck in this thought process of, oh, I just have to get things done at this amount of time. It doesn't matter what's going on in my life, because sometimes it actually makes a difference going to, and actually explaining what's going on to people. And it's better to, in my opinion, I think in a lot of cases, I found it better to turn in something a little bit late but have it done completely and done well than to turn it in on time and have it be haphazard.
What did you eat for breakfast?
I had lentil soup
All right. And what time in the day did you have lentil soup?
at 1 p.m.
All right. So no,
Yeah.
kind of breakfast. But
Kind of
well, the
breakfast.
first
It
one
was,
breakfast,
I
right?
had.
How do you define happiness?
I define happiness as an autonomous, whenever you have full autonomy and low life stressors for like basic needs like income, for food or living, and you're fully connected with your friends and family.
Awesome. How do you think stress is affecting your happiness?
In the moment it feels like it's affecting it a lot, because I'm in school and working, so it's kind of tough, but I feel like it's minimally affecting, but I'm kind of cheating because class, so I don't know if that's really
Well,
a good answer.
before
Okay,
this
before this class, I
how
thought
is stress affecting your happiness?
I feel like it was affecting it negatively, like not really taking care of chores and stuff that need to be happy. Yeah, like just more. I feel like my stress was making my life harder, but yeah.
So like you were doing less of the things that you wanted to do?
Less of the things that I wanted to do, and the things that I needed to do seemed to be more difficult. So
Yeah, I totally get that. How are you with time management?
I am relatively good, I feel. I don't finish everything early, super early, but I do end up getting the things I need done, and can prioritize fairly well. I use Google Keep, and it really helps me out with making a list. I'll have to show it to you later, but using Google Keep, it really helps me out by helping me not only categorize what I need to do, but also the importance, and it's pretty cool. So it's helpful.
What expectations do you give yourself so that you can manage your time?
What? Sorry, what do you mean by?
I feel like that's a weird question because everybody's having weird time. What expectations do you give yourself to manage your time?
How much time do I give myself, or what?
We can skip that one.
Okay.
I didn't write that question.
Okay. Okay.
Because I can crop out stuff.
Yeah.
With what intensity do your goals influence your action/time? That's what I wanted to follow up with.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like they really, with what intensity, like, definitely correlate with each other, because, like, I know, like, I do most of what I do to reach my goals, and even, like, my mini goals or, like, sub goals. So, I feel like it really lines up. What was the question again? Did I answer all of it?
With what intensity do your goals influence your action/time management?
Oh, a lot. That's simpler.
It's a weird question. Do you think you would be less stressed and happier if given the proper time management techniques or taught?
I feel like I used to not have really good time management, and I am working on it now, and now I'm a lot happier. So, like, maybe if I learned some new techniques, it would make me feel happier or less stressed, but I feel like I'm already working towards that right now, so, like, I'm pretty satisfied with where I am.
Since you feel like you're pretty effective with your time management skills, what how did I say it last time? How, because this is the, like, if they're not stressed. How would you, what advice would you give to someone, or what tools do you use? My brain's not working.
Tools
to manage your time effectively.
That's well, I do, like, scheduled breaks whenever so, like, I always give myself an hour or 2 hours for dinner and unwinding, and, like, I guess I was good, like, whenever I'm coming home from school, because it gives me, like, 2 hours to myself where I don't have to do anything, and I kind of, like, relax. And then whenever I'm doing homework, also, I'll take, like, 15 or 20-minute breaks in between. And then, like, whenever I'm driving to school, I also have an hour, and I listen to something else. Like, I'll listen to, like, podcasts that I really like or something to relax me. And then I guess, like, really knowing my boundaries too, because I used to always say yes to going out and doing all these things, but now it's like I know that, like, I have this stuff that I need to get done, and I can't do anything before this is done. So that's really helpful. But I guess, like, mainly just, like, what really helped me was being able to identify, like, my list of things to do and the time that I have to do it and what's most important. Yeah.
That's a big deal. I still have trouble with that.
Yeah. I'm not perfect with it either.
Right.
But
these are the demographic questions.
Okay.
Feel free to not answer any of them if they make you feel uncomfortable. What is your gender?
Female.
How old are you?
22.
Your ethnicity?
White. Caucasian.
Occupation?
Research assistant, I guess. I also work at a bowling alley, but it's like half, so I don't know if that's...
Okay. What's your status as a student?
I am a first-year graduate student, I guess.
Right. Time management effectiveness in school on a 1 to 10 scale, 1 being I turn in things late, I never get anything done, and 10 being I'm early and I have time to go back over things.
Probably like 7.5 or 8. Okay. 7.5 is good.
Now your general time management for life without, like, not in school related things.
Not as great. Like the same scale.
Yeah,
probably
without like a homework. Like I want to get these random errands that I have to get done, or
probably like a 6. Like yeah, 6 is good.
6. All right, awesome. Do you have any other, like, personal tidbits you'd like to add?
Something that also really helped me was with stress management and, like, being able to actually, like, identify my goals was, like, making sure that I was heading towards goals that, like, excited me and made me happy. So, like, it's all about happiness. No, but identifying your goals and making sure that they're aligned with what you actually want to do. So, like, whenever I've changed my major 6 times and I wasn't happy with any of the other ones, and, like, what I would do is I would do an internship in the area that I thought I was going, and it didn't make me happy, so I changed. So, like, honestly, just trying new things and figuring out what kind of goals you line up with best. And then, like, once you get to there, like, it was easier for me, at least, to be able to make those lists and goals and, like, figure out what I wanted to do and how I was going to get there. And then, like, other things on the side, like, another thing, too, that's, like, big picture, but also, like, taking time to, like, really think through, like, decisions. And something that helped me with that was being able to, like, meditate or, like, take time from my brain to just, like, push stuff away. And, like, it really helped rest me and figure out what I wanted to do. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.